Did y'all hear about Stellantis? Let me let y'all see this, right? This is improv right here. So y'all remember when Mr. What's his name? Sean Fain was talking about record contracts and record profits and all that stuff, right? And then they finally got the deal going, right? Which we had to figure something out, right? My wife showed me something on Facebook on Saturday. And there was messages going around that Stellantis started laying people off through text messages. Like, I said, what? She said, yeah, people are getting laid off by text messages. I said, no, you lying, right? So let's read one of the text messages that was sent to one of the employees that was on Facebook, and they were talking about it. So all this going on, where's Sean Fain at now? Right? Sean Fain, y'all ain't heard from him since he sold that contract, and now he's trying to get Tesla and all these other people a part of the union. He ain't got nothing to do with this no more. Let's read the text message that was sent to the employees to let them know that they were laid off. As a part of normal course of business, Stellantis regularly analyzes staffing levels at our manufacturing facilities to ensure they are operating as efficiently as possible. Following an operational review, the company is reducing the number of supplemental employees across our U.S. footprint. Effective immediately.
Sensational.
All that means is, in a fancy term, all right, so we seen that the amount of money that we're supposed to be making, or the amount of money we're making, and the amount of people we have, we got to get rid of some people. We can't continue to operate this way, right? The action will help improve the efficiency, productivity, and the market competitiveness of our facilities as we implement our Dare Forward 2030 strategic plan, which means that some people were not a part of it. We must inform your corporate service date did not qualify you to stay, and you will no longer be scheduled for work with Stellantis.
Sensational.
Wow. Your last day of work will be noted as January 12th, 2024, and your medical benefits will last until the end of January. This was sent to them on January 13th.
Audio Jungle.
This was sent the day after. So when they got the message, January 13th, it's dated for the 12th. They were already fired at Stellantis.
Audio Jungle.
But their medical benefits are going to last to the end of July. We do appreciate your contribution to your company and wish you well in future endeavors.
Sensational.
What this means to me is they knew what they were going to do when they signed that contract back in November or October, whenever the strike got over. I think it was November. They knew, and they said it, that we're going to sign this contract because we're starting to bleed out a little bit. And what we're going to do now is we're going to make sure that we let go of these employees come first quarter of the year. And if they're not going to volunteer, we're just going to lay them off. We're just going to pick a number and we're going to lay them off because we don't care. This is why I always talk about the importance of multiple streams of income on my channel because of things like this. So imagine getting a text message on your day off that says, goodbye. We laughed at Craig for getting fired on his day off, which was funny, but this is not funny because your employer's telling you, hey, here's a text message, you got to go. Oh, and the day that you received it is your last day. Wow. At Stellantis. And it says across the U.S., the U.S. Here's the part that got me. The part that got me about this whole thing was this, right? Not the market competitiveness of our facilities. here goes. As we implement our Dare Forward 30 strategic plan, we inform your corporate service date did not apply for you to stay, and you will no longer be scheduled to work for Stellantis. That's the part that got me. So you got something called Dare Forward 2030, which is some type of new plan and or whatever, but I don't apply. I don't qualify to be in there because I'm getting fired today. Interesting. So I haven't seen any news coverage on this. This came across Facebook. People that work for Stellantis were saying, this is the message that I got. This was at 9 a.m. in the morning, the next day. This is really, really sucky. And so now you get people like Sean Fain who get the political, the political shine for being Mr. UAW, getting the contract signed, knowing what was going to happen. He knew layoffs were going to happen. He knew you were going to get fired. He knew a bunch of people were going to get let go, but it was all about the money and what they had to benefit from it. Him showing up at all these factories and stuff, it's all a stunt. They've been doing this for many years. This is why I say when it comes to corporations, they don't care about you. They don't care that you're broke. They don't care what happened to your family. You got to come to work and you got to work. And I don't care about your bills. You care about your bills. Stellantis don't care about that. This is why you always have to protect yourself. Always. Financially, always. While you're working, you should be working on something else that generates you some type of money. Even if it's a hobby that you enjoy, while you're working, work on that hobby, figure out a way to turn it into a business so that you got some type of money coming in. Do not depend on these companies, man. This is the type of stuff that they do. They start sending you emails. They have town hall meetings. They send out text messages and tell you you're fired. How messed up is that? Imagine you're ready to go into work and you get a message that says you will no longer be working here. Come get your stuff and go. Listen, I got let go from a job when I was about 23 years old, I believe, right? It was a job I really, really enjoyed, right? I'm in IT, and I enjoyed doing it. I was able to run my own operation pretty much. I was like running like 3 different sites. I enjoyed it. And all of a sudden, I go to this town hall meeting one day, and I think I was coming back from the dentist, so I missed the town hall meeting. I walk inside, my office, and my office was in the middle of the people that I supported. And they were all like, hey, are you going to still be working for us? And hey, and I'm thinking like, these people are crazy. I'm like, what are y'all talking about? Because they come to my office all the time and all that stuff. And then I log in, and then I get a message from my boss, and I'm like, what just happened here? Right? I had to go, get my teeth worked on. What happened? Oh man, they're talking about selling out the contract into someone else, and you got to re-interview for your job. I re-interviewed for my job and lost. Like, how do I re-interview for the job I have and then lose?
Sensational.
That's when I said, this is the last time that I will feel this way. And this is what I did as a man. I said, I'm going to go through this, right? I'm going to go through it. I'm going to feel every moment of it, and I'm not going to feel this again. I'm going to make sure that if this does happen again, I've got myself some type of income lined up so that I can have something. Because these jobs don't care about you. It's all about the bottom line, right? The company I just worked for made a big change in the organization. I didn't really get upset because I already know it's always about the bottom line. It's about the dollar. And if your company is publicly traded, it's always about the shareholders. All in all, it's always about the money. So if it's always about the money, then you need to be all about your money and making sure that the money you get, you find a way to create a business or invest it so that you can work smarter, not harder.
Audio Jungle.
This is the type of information that YouTube don't want to push on my channel. But, you know, I talk about anything else, they push it. But this is important. Create multiple streams of income, man. It's very, very important. All right? So let me put this down and let me bring this back up. Let me bring this up real quick. This was something I seen, I think this was a few